Steve Monkey Mason. Welcome to the podcast.
There you go.
Anyway,
That was a podcast.
backcast.
I am. Oh, fucking hell, man. We're never gonna get started. Hello, I am Stephen Monkey Mason.
No, I am Stephen Mason.
For fuck's sake.
I'm Stephen Mason.
Hello, I am Stephen Monkey Mason, and welcome back to the Bat Pods or Paul Ray's Pods or whatever the fuck Paul Ray wants to call these pods. I'm joined by the one and only Paul Ray.
Alright.
Who, when you ask Paul Ray to do a top 20 countdown, he doubles his luck. Carl McSorley's there as well.
Alright.
The one and only Large David.
Yeah.
And, well, he's the original podcaster, but for the very first time, this is a five-way podcast. The one and only, sitting very, very far away from me in the studio, Mr. Jack.
Hi,
Just
everyone.
Jack. So, we're going to do Batman and Robin, and I'm going to press play on 3, 2, 1, boop.
You won't be sending me to the cooler.
Is it on the 1 or on the 3?
We're on the 3.
Have you pressed play yet, Paul?
Yeah.
First up, the logo changing. This is the fastest turnaround in the series of Batmans, aren't they?
But also the worst.
But that was a Schumacher thing, wasn't it? Didn't he warp the Warner Brothers logo in the last one as well?
No, I was just saying, like, because basically Joel Schumacher had signed on to do A Time to Kill, and basically they went, right, we want to do a new Batman. He was like, are you serious? And like they couldn't get Val Kilmer because he was off doing The Saint, and like this is the quickest turnaround. And Chris O'Donnell even says like they literally just finished the press tour and they were almost into this straight away and very blind about it as well.
I was reading the other night. Apparently Sam Raimi was going to do the Batman Forever, but he turned it down. They went to Joel Schumacher instead.
I don't think Joel Schumacher did a bad job. He did what he was hired to do. But again, bringing Robin into the last movie and now into this, and you know, this is a pure love for Adam West. Bat bum.
Bat crop. This is what Mason gets dressed like in the morning.
What, Batman or Robin?
Both.
Isn't like Robin's more costume more towards Nightwing though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that to be honest with you, I feel like he did have a very large mixture of the comics and the Adam West, and I feel like he should have a play day with this. Like it goes with the last one as well. It was very busy compared to Batman and Batman Returns, in my opinion. Not in a negative way, but yeah.
This
movie wobbly head.
Batmobile is the worst Batmobile ever. He sits in there. It's got no windshield or anything, and he's just like clearly made to be a fucking toy.
Yeah, it's just a bumper car, isn't it?
Yeah. You can tell it's just a bit of fun, this film, like, don't take it seriously.
Well, Batman Forever was a massive hit though, wasn't it? It was like they were capitalising on it.
But the tone of this one just makes more sense, because the last one, it felt too much like it was in the shadow of the first two. This one it broke out and it's its own film.
Yeah.
I think that's why the last one's a bit of a, like, Batman Forever is a bit of a mess, because it's kind of like it's trying to mesh the two genre, like, two eras together.
I think we're covering from Batman and Batman Returns, because obviously, like I said earlier, they're two very different tones compared to this. I feel like this is why I feel like we're starting to get comfortable now, because this is what the tone is, this is what he set up.
That car's fucking
and he mentioned
stupid.
Superman, doesn't he? That's why Superman works alone for.
Well, yeah, you can tell this one feels like they were trying to build a bigger universe, and it just obviously didn't take off.
And how come he has to go with like a shield in his car? He's going to get flies in his face when he's driving past.
Full fucking helmet or anything, man.
He's getting pizza ready. The health and safety Batman, dude. Oh, I forgot, but this is
I thought you were going to sneeze there.
Are you climbing all those stairs? Are going to get to you.
You're clearly not going to hear it. Imagine doing a voice call there. Are you alright? Just fucking wind in your face.
Well, no, he's got Bluetooth in his headset, man. Really? Yeah. And it's Batman, like, there's a new film in town. He's called Mr. Freeze. Straight into it. You know what I mean? It's like bang, right into the film straight away. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they did the same with the last one, didn't they? With Two-Face, yeah.
Yeah, well, at least Freeze gets a bit of a story here, and Two-Face was just pretty much, you fought him before 2 years ago,
Yeah.
And the audience is like, well, who? What? When?
This kind of reminds me of like the one where it's just really like set more than anything else, like a set design, isn't it? It's very claustrophobic, if I remember right. Taking me to the cooler.
It doesn't over rely on the really bad long CG shots of Gotham City though.
Yeah, true. It was very much that building, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Batman Forever, it was trying to make the city too big.
It's kind of like, it was a budget cut for this film because it went on Schwarzenegger's 25 million.
He got paid a fortune with it. It's his governor fee, isn't it? That's pretty much used for his campaign. This is one of his last films.
I was going to say, well, the budget for this was 125 million.
125
it came away with 238, just under a $500,000. So, I mean, it got what it was meant to get, I suppose. I think that's
I suppose double
expectation. Yeah.
That's a cool suit, though.
Oh, he looks great.
Nice breathe. Look at my wibbly wobbly head. Wibbly wobbly. Yeah, surfing.
That's proper Flintstones, isn't it?
Yabba dabba do. Yeah.
Even when the gun gets knocked up and it just lands up on the just pitch perfect on the rock in a minute when it gets uppercutted up.
But like Carl says, and Dick says, this is more closer to like Adam West, isn't it?
That's when you know you're in trouble, when the Robin logo appears on the wall as he busts through perfectly. You know you're in trouble then.
It's like the gun like pretty much stuck like a magnet, isn't it?
Oh god, he just glides. You break it, you buy it.
He's a henchman.
A little bit of ice hockey, so glad we picked those boots.
Casey Jones is there somewhere.
I don't think I've seen this one at the pictures. I think it was left to a sour taste of Batman Forever in my mouth.
I've seen the set of pictures.
No, this was another Friday night.
Do you prefer this one or Batman Forever?
Yeah.
I think I still, for nostalgia, I think I prefer Batman Forever because I've seen it at the pictures.
Like I say, Batman Forever, there's too much it suffers from.
See, the first two, and then these next two, these are more comic booky than what the other ones are. The other ones are dark.
Yeah.
And that's...
Well, I mean, it's just a proven point that Tim Burton isn't a comic book fan. I mean, I've said it in the last podcast, he'd admitted that. He doesn't read comic books, so I feel like although we might have got a better Batman film originally because he wasn't going comic booky, we finally got a look into what the realistic Batman might be. We're gonna get past that, guys. We're not gonna have to mention this ridiculous boots.
Well, Joe Schumacher wanted to make Year One, the Frank Miller story, but like the Warner Bros. Was like, no. Like Batman Forever made a fucking ton of money. And like this one, you need to make it, but everything needs to have a toy. Anything they were designing was getting shipped off to Asia straight away to get the molds made because they were trying to like proper fast track and like just make the money. I mean, this bit's fucking stupid. Like, where he's went flying, gets his gun back. He does look creepy, like.
That's just a bit of fun, this one, isn't it? Just don't take it seriously, really.
That's what I think. That's why tonally it works better than Forever, though, because Forever is still trying to be that little bit serious. Because it's like I say, it's still coming out the shadow of the first two. Yeah. Whereas this one is just kind of like I just don't care anymore. I'm going to do what I want. So it has its own feeling.
Arnold Schwarzenegger taking the top billing as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm not hating the gun effect, like, guys. I mean, obviously it's ridiculously fake, but it looks alright. Like,
it doesn't look too bad. Like it's definitely comic-y, but it looks a lot better than half the CG in the last one.
CG in the last one was awful.
It was just 1987, was it?
Started in 1995 production,
I released June 27th, 1997 in the UK, that is.
I was only 15,
I had just been started for secondary school.
Yeah.
But 97 was the year I started senior school. The year Caspar started at HMB, funny enough.
How did he
I want to make me feel old.
To be fair though, I'm pretty sure that we've got a picture of Casper and Beamish with the HMV logo.
I've seen a picture of Casper in The Shining in the ballroom scene at the end.
Well, we often talked about putting Casper on the podcast, but then he was a little bit like, I thought we were going to do Under Siege. And I was like, Casper, every time I said you want to do a podcast, he always starts talking about some like war movie. I'm like, nah, I'm not. Nah, I'll maybe just do one with you, Casper, but he's just too busy eating gammon steak in front of his television.
You should do something like Expendables with Casper. I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
This is just a total clone of the first movie when it's the helicopter chase.
But more campier.
Oh, the camp's on in this movie, like, definitely.
Like I said, this is just if Adam West was alive and making Batman films, be this film, wouldn't it?
I'm surprised Adam West not in this as a cameo.
As in, you know, like being Batman again.
He still wasn't dead yet.
Oh no. Mayor West.
Adam Wee.
Did he not get any cameos in these? I'm surprised. I mean, is that maybe not the time to do it? I mean, cameos.
I think it's like we're talking about it originally though. Like this is back in the day when you didn't really do cameos and like little hidden Easter eggs and stuff.
The biggest cameo in this is Corey Haim appears randomly in it a bit. No one realised that for years. I didn't even realise that. And then the other cameo will be fucking Coolio turning up. I mean, he was on the heyday then, wasn't he? Gangster's Paradise.
Classic song.
Dangerous Minds, great film.
I love it how, like, I mean, how much do you think that suit wears on him and how much he wears, and he jumps out with just a fucking pair of wings?
I remember the CGI was a bit weird, the special effects was a bit weird, but it might look a lot better now, like. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
I wait till they fucking surfboard off from the explosion.
Yeah. I mean, it's no Spawn CGI, I mean, so it's alright.
I know Big Dave loves Spawn, but the fucking hell scenes and that are fucking horrendous.
It hasn't aged well, like, but it's not on the Stars Week film for me. Like, it's the same as like the original '90s Turtles, where like it's aged badly, but I still love it.
He's got James Bond laser guns. And the ice would have froze his fingers too, not just his hands, and froze everything.
Really, he's Batman.
I forgot, sorry.
Don't forget he's Batman.
He's got those pocket warmers built into his gloves, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's why he was just carrying a bomb with him as well, just in case. He never knew he was going to use it.
See, I know, like, it's obviously easy publicity for him, but I love George Clooney's relationship with this character, because he knows, like, it wasn't the best. I mean, he'd even been quoted at the end of the filming of this film. He basically been quoted as saying, "I think we've killed the series," you know, and it's like he has been known for like literally giving people money who've like approached him and said they saw the film and stuff like that, and he's apparently refunded them and stuff like that. It's like, I love his relationship with the fact that he's just not hiding from the ridiculousness of it.
I wonder if Ben Affleck done that. I think Ben Affleck done that.
It was the first time he'd been at Comic-Con in like 15 years or something.
Yeah.
The first thing he said on the panel was he was like, "I'm sorry for Batman."
At the end of the day, right, Val Kilmer, like, literally left him in the last hour to say, "No, I want to do The Saint." And, like, George Clooney came in, and George Clooney was riding high off ER, but obviously From Dusk Till Dawn was a massive breakout movie for him. But, like, he wasn't mainstream in England. ER wasn't that up to date in England when this dropped. And as Jack was saying there, you've got people like Ben Affleck came along, they take one ride in the Batmobile, and that's pretty much it. They need to, like, you know what I mean? If they'd kept some, like, if Michael Keaton had been in all these, you could probably go, right, it's an evolution of a series, but it's just kind of like George Clooney said it himself. He came in as the third Batman in the fourth film, and they're wanting to talk about his backstory again and again and again. Like, the guy's a multi-billionaire playboy. Like, no one's going to feel sorry for him for losing his family when he was 4 now, you know, not in the fourth film. So he was really smart about that. But he was just ducked in the last second.
But I mean, I might be on my own, but I'll say Clooney's a better Batman than Val Kilmer was.
I 100%.
That's a bold statement.
I think he's better Bruce Wayne.
I think both. Because
I like Val
no
Kilmer.
personality about him when he's in the Batman films. He's just like if you just put a mop with a smiley face on and some googly eyes, you'd have to say performance.
Yeah.
He's just
Val
like
Kilmer's a good actor, but he didn't bring much to that film at all in terms of what he could do. And it's been proven time and time again that Bruce Wayne can be just a bigger character as Batman. And for me, I mean, like I say, we pretty much laughed through the entire scene when he was doing his whole his dead parents story. Because at the end of the day, he didn't buy it. He just didn't care because he wasn't really selling it very well.
Yeah, he had no emotions about it. And I was like, yeah, we get like, your parents are dead. We don't need another half-hour scene about it.
Yeah.
That's a really bad Frozen Robin, like, isn't it? That's so bad.
Chris O'Donnell doing a better job of being Frozen than Val Kilmer did of being Batman.
Poor Chris O'Donnell didn't even get a pop vinyl in the new range, did he?
Nah. he got done by. Like as far as I'm concerned, I said it in the last film. I'll say again, he could have been a pretty decent Nightwing, but they played him off as too much of a, I don't know, a bit of a doofus.
This looks like Flash Gordon all over again, doesn't it, Carl?
Yeah.
I was thinking Uma Thurman's over acting here was terrible. She's a great actress too, Kill Bill and stuff, but her acting in this film is so bad. It's like over the top.
Well, this is very, at this point, this is like very Jim Carrey-esque in the way that he did the Riddler. You know, it's like too samey for me. Like, she is a pretty darn powerful character and got so much like potential. And I think later on, once she fully develops at the Poison Ivy, she gets a bit better. But
I think that's the problem, yeah, because there's no distinguishers there between her being Pamela to being Poison Ivy. Like she just pretty much seems to be the same character, even though obviously there is supposed to be a massive change within her.
Again, it's the whole Catwoman repeating it again. How like are they going to? Is this just Joel Schumacher's version on turning a girl into a supervillain? Do you know what I mean?
It's that thing is that you're a nerd. Something happens to you, they become popular, like me. You know what I mean?
pretty much exactly, yeah.
And here he is. You recognise him, Paul?
Planet Biodome, isn't it?
No.
Oh no. Is that him?
It's the corporate owner from Gremlins 2.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Say the guy who's going to get turned into Bane, because that's what Paul looks like now.
We witnessing Paul being Bane's origin story.
Yeah, this is how Paul becomes a supervillain. One of his S&M nights goes bad.
Got that mask, haven't you, Paul?
One night onwards, you get a random message off Paul going, lads, can someone come over? I'm a bit stuck. But again, they've totally, like, this is, I can't forgive this, so, like, they've totally botched Bane's origin up here. And if you're a real nerd, you'll know that the guy who just worked on him there actually played Lex Luthor in Smallville.
No, but he's also in Gremlins 2. It's better in Smallville. Bane though as well, Bane's not a pop vinyl. Do you know what I mean? And Bane obviously became quite a popular character when Tom Hardy took it on in that to warrant a full movie. But
well, listen, they didn't give him any. He is I would say the glorified henchman. He gets more props in the comics by far. I mean, I love him in the comics, especially the lead up to the infamous breaking Batman's back and everything. He actually plays. That's why I was so devastated when Nolan turned him into basically just another over the top henchman. Because in the comics, he is the big bad, you know, in his little group. Whereas we get that from Tom Hardy all the way through, and then at the very end, it turns out he's just another bitch.
Hard as fuck to beat him on Arkham Asylum on hard. Just fucking with his henchmen when I think it's a sewer fight, if I remember rightly, Big Dave. And you've just like trying to beat him on super hard. It's fucking solid.
Yeah. Perhaps the reason why there's no pop vinyl because they either don't do the Batman Robin one or the Dark Knight one. Maybe there might be some rights to it or something.
Well, they've done as I said.
Oh no. Well, in a way, there must be though, because there are plenty of animated Batman pop vinyls have been. So it's only really the films. So obviously with Forever and Batman and Robin. Well, is there any Batman and Robin pop vinyls?
Well, there's Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze.
Maybe they could only get the one.
But Bane would be a great chase. Do you know Bane before and after? Do you know what I mean?
So you essentially want a Paul Way pop vinyl?
Paul Reagan mask pop vinyl.
Yeah. I'll buy that for $1.
Oh yeah, again there, this is like during the time when environmentally friendly, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's there with a bio and
you
stuff.
can tell it's like the movements, and you can tell all of them in this film.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit when Batwoman turns up, isn't there? Later, spoilers and all that. But and she goes, was it I'm Batgirl? And he goes, that's not very PC, is it? Why not Batperson?
Yeah.
Again, though, bringing Batgirl into it. It's like Batman and Robin and Batgirl. It's just like, no, man.
Well, to be fair though, I can't get over what she's wearing on her head. I keep thinking of Eddie from Bottom. When
They've got to a point in the mind. They've got to the point and went, how can we make Uma Thurman look even more like a geek? I know, we'll put a tea towel on her head and twiddle the ends.
Yeah, exactly.
But that guy got a pat on the back. Well done, sir. Thank you.
And Texans, they knew a guy.
Seeing the Gotham TV series, Poison Ivy's a kid like Bruce Wayne, and then she gets zapped by one of the mutants and ends up being like older, and then all of a sudden she goes into a cocoon and it comes out. So she's been 3 different actresses in the Gotham series.
Thanks for spoiling that for us, you absolute shitbag.
Are you watching it?
Yep. Just started. Thanks very much.
It's amazing. Keep watching it.
Remember when CCTV cameras were so good that would just film everything?
Arnold Schwarzenegger looks like it's an extra scene from Junior. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I swear to God, I was thinking that, but all I could think of is twins. And I said, it's not twins, what the fuck is it? And I'm sitting there, it looked like cut footage.
It's when he's jumping back and he's like, aye!
Wait. That's it, that's what he had. An actor. Those are cute cameras, man, honestly. Look at the camera.
I mean, this George Clooney looks like he's got a bit more wired on with the technology, not having Alfred do everything in the background.
But yeah, he shoots being there, and I buy him more this way, and that's why I think he overtakes Kilmer.
Yeah.
I buy him in this role. Kilmer didn't sell it at all.
Yeah, because he's still being serious, but he's also got facial expressions.
Yeah. Now where's his wobbly head? God damn it. There again, be wobbly. Be wobbly. There again.
Apparently, go for Bob.
I'm just saying that technology is probably proper CD-ROM, isn't it, on your PC? With suit.
Well, does it later.
Absolutely.
When he makes his little will, and they make a big thing of it being on a bat disc.
Yeah.
Even in his dressing robe, he's like, I'm Batman, wearing this robe.
Yeah, but look at how much he's progressed. He's now going the same way that Alfred's going. You know, once upon a time he would have gone his own little way, and Alfred would have had to go out the back door.
And his wobbly head. Keep looking. Oh my God! Stop wobbling your head, man! Oh my God! I'm getting motion sickness.
You know, it must be an absolute nightmare there, because he had no idea he did that. And suddenly, now he's so conscious about doing stuff and thinking, I'm a wobble on my head.
Perhaps the pop vinyls wobble ahead at the same time.
No, the DC ones don't do that.
The Marvel things. It's
Marvel Star Wars, isn't it?
It's that Hasbro thing.
Oh, parents still dead.
But he did a very classic. What the fuck did he fall over there? I mean, I'm not being funny, but I Power Bruce.
I mean, as soon as that door opened, he was out, just waiting for that kid to fall over.
That's it. Itself. Memories.
God,
Yep.
so glad I've got a
Memories. Never
filter.
can.
For what?
So glad I've got a filter. I just something inappropriate when he came out.
That's all right. Don't worry. Big Dave's on the podcast, man.
I've been quite subdued to these, I'd say.
I know. I'm just, Paul Ray normally gets your backlash, like Strokey Ray, you call him.
Well, that's when he gets in a rage and starts in a mini stroke, isn't he? The spawns it. There we go. Starts.
I mean,
I would most definitely tackle that.
And imagine now though, like Jack doing a run for it, but Jack, she's got poisonous lips.
Aye, I don't care. I'll tell you where she can put them poisonous lips.
wow.
I mean, it might fall off, but it'd be worth it.
I know your weakness. It only works on lips to lips. Have it.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Look at the cameras.
Apparently two extras on the cast.
Who kisses someone with their eyes open? Fucking weirdo.
What's that?
Who kisses people with their eyes open? It's gross.
Oh, well.
I'm guessing people who are poisoning other people.
Nah, true.
Yeah.
Does giving someone AIDS count?
Wow.
Oh, sorry. See, you said I could. You were saying Big Dave's just as bad.
No, I mean, you're right though. It's true. So if you're kissing someone that got their eyes open, you just ask them what they've got.
Yeah. AIDS.
Is that Bunsen burner CGI?
It's
no,
just 'cause
it's
a
not.
glass jar without environmentally friendly fire.
Oh, plot device. Wayne did it.
God damn you, Wayne Enterprises.
Oh, that fire's horrible.
Mason, you don't like CGI fire, do you?
Nah, I don't.
Are you like a CGI Frankenstein, are you?
That guy at the Frosty Cones, he looked like one of the bad guys. What was that? Was it Clear Fight? It was called Clear Fighters.
Happened on the N64.
I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger's 25 million for this movie. Just like, I'll do this.
No.
I mean, there's no need for this, though, is there? There's no need for this scene whatsoever.
For frozen dinners, literally frozen dinners.
I just don't understand why they're all freezing and she's not.
Yeah, she's wearing hardly any clothes.
She's in she's from Independence Day, isn't she?
Tis I, to the mother.
Is it alright, the stripper?
Aye.
I mean, the mother of the kid from.
Did that work? Will Smith. I can see. They should come along with.
Or being a stripper for a freeze villain to then being a stripper in a different film.
Yeah. And this was Independence Day too.
Aye, she. Have you seen that before we spoil it?
No,
She
I
went
haven't
down
actually.
She's in it. Not for long.
Nah.
Oh, he has to get his cigars in, doesn't he? Schwarzenegger. He has to have them.
I bet it's part of your contract.
Yeah, it'd be a bit expensive, one to pay for. I need some Cuban cigars.
It's probably not even part of his contract. He probably just forgets to stop smoking them and just have to let him do it. Because can you imagine being the guy having to go to Arnold Schwarzenegger? Do you mind just putting it out, mate? Like the cigarette, he'd rip your arm off.
I'm refining some ice cream now.
Some Snowy's ice cream.
I think one of the best things about Mr. Freeze has been his involvement in Arkham Asylum, the games. He's really good in that, because I don't really vouch, sorry, no pun intended, he is in Gotham, but that the backstory he's got in the games is mint.
Wasn't he originally a Nazi or something? Wasn't he, Dave? For Freeze.
So you just assuming that because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and he sounds kind of German.
No, we just assumed that you knew where all the Nazis did, that's all.
Apparently, I was born in Germany. Cheers, Paul. Cheers.
Oh, no, I forgot about that.
Massive racist.
I'm sure in the original 1961 he had a German accent, that's all I'm saying. I'm sure there's something to do with that.
Mr. Freeze wasn't in the 60s. One, was he?
Yeah, he was in the 1960s one.
What, the Adam West one?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I never seen that.
He probably would have been a Nazi in that then, wouldn't he? Because it was after the war. Just when
I remember
back
Egghead
in the
and
day,
stuff.
though, I'm going to say, back in the day, that to be a villain, you'd have to be, like, mostly British or European, basically, so it wouldn't be surprising.
At the time, they weren't scared, though. Even Disney weren't scared. Look at Rocketeer. And then the bad guys working for the Nazis and all that, and it's like the Nazis will rule, and it's like, this is a Disney movie.
What other films was Olivia Silverstone in around this time? Clueless, wasn't it?
Where she was in the Aerosmith video, wasn't she? That was how she became mega famous. She's friends with Liv Tyler, isn't she?
Jaded. Was it Jaded?
Was she in Blast in the Past? With, Brendan Fraser?
Yeah.
Class fella?
She hasn't done anything for ages, has she?
Nah, not really.
She's got a very, like, duck look, I think.
She's like a cute girl, though, but I think, like, I don't know, there's just something about her.
That swimming pool needs a clean, doesn't it? Look at the state of that swimming pool.
That's because Alfred has to take 400 stairs to get down the back. He doesn't have time to clean it.
Jesus, Alfred, man. He'll be retired by now.
Well, he's been putting up all the lights as well when he's in the back plane coming out of his cave.
Yeah, true. He's knackered, man. He's got everywhere. He didn't talk about it for ages.
No wonder he's dying in this. Bruce has just proper overworked him.
Yep.
She happens to be a rebel as well.
But if you like motorbikes, you have to be, don't you?
America's
Well, actually, to be fair, she's actually quite busy. So, in 2020, she did a film called Bad Therapy, Valley Girl, and then she was in a TV series called The Babysitter Club, and then she was in another series called Eat Shit, Kenny Daniels. She was a film Sister of the Groom, and then in post-production, she's got 3 things going on, and she's actually Queen Malira from the Masters of the Universe Revelation TV series coming up.
Not a Kevin Smith one.
So, aye, so she's kind of busy, I suppose.
I was this and Clueless. I mean, she was massive at the time, but
Well, I'm going to say when it comes up with our known fours on IMDb, it is very much what we've just mentioned. So Clueless, Batman and Robin, Blast in the Past, and Excess Baggage, which I always recommend to cover, but I've never seen the film.
Alfred should delete his internet history if I was him.
I'll just open this one. Oh no, I won't.
Imagine if a bunch of pictures of Ralph popped up.
Randy Ralph, the Bat. Jack doesn't know about
Randy Ralph.
Randy Ralph.
The Randy Bat in the original movie.
All the other bats are kind of like freely hanging there, but Randy's the one who's got to be caged because he obviously had his name to Randy.
Yeah.
What was happening with that steelbook? Did you not get one the other night or something?
No, it was funny because I had a massive rant about it the other day because I obviously being a night owl myself, it's really weird. Zavi don't normally drop things at midnight. And at midnight, the Batman thing dropped, and then obviously I woke up and on one of the Steelbook forums I'm on, there was so many people saying, I've got it, but like so many people are going, oh, this is such a fucking shit Steelbook, but I bought it anyway. It's just like, why are you buying shit? It's like, oh, well, I've got it, don't I? I was like, do you? It's like, oh, it's part of the collection.
Same reason why people like Casper do it though. Like when he bought things like Daredevil and Elektra, he didn't buy them because he likes the films, he bought them because there were steelbooks of Marvel films to go with his other ones.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why these companies will just keep putting out shit steelbooks, because people.
Well, that was my argument. I said, because a lot of people are saying the Titans of Cult series at the moment is a bit lackluster. I said, well, yeah, because people are buying them no matter what. So it's like, if you not buy them, people will eventually go, we're going to have to upload gear.
There's some fucked up artwork. What's that guy look flying out the middle of the wall? Do you know what I mean? Just take a double decker bus to come along and take that out.
It's like, what's up with the men and the walls and stuff?
Oh, I can't even recognise it now. I can't even recognise it.
That's the comic aspect of things. So he's clearly not going to get away with being a normal person, but we're still going to make him try and
put a hat on him and he won't know. It's like Raph in the original Turtles film, isn't it?
He can see pictures.
Trench coat and Toby.
Yeah, he's clearly a normal person. We'll just leave him alone.
You can't know what you're getting for. Yeah. This is where really film is set. It really isn't around a telescope now, isn't it? More than anything else. Like getting like a bit. Is that El Nick Fias? Is that the model of George Clooney now? What's her name?
I don't know her name, but I know she is.
There's the guy. There's the guy. Shut up, Carl. There's the guy from. He was in the last one. They were in the last one.
Sorry, what? What?
Guy Carl, shut up, man.
You're breaking up, Mason.
Aye. Their team scientists were. They were both in the back of the fucking Wayne Enterprises last time. Reoccurring roles. Sorry, Carl.
Sorry, Carl. He tells his American friends to shut up also.
Oh,
I don't think he does though. I think he's something like
a cock to them.
Yeah.
Grief. Absolutely.
Hi, Jack. So just in case you're not aware, Mason's setup with the podcast is if you start talking, he just tells you to shut up. So.
How rude! I hope you never tell me to shut up, Stephen. I'll be deeply offended.
Well.
Sure.
Who said that?
I like how he didn't go, no, I never would. He just left it there.
That guard behind her has got to be Bane. In real life.
It took 4 security guards to try and stop her going to see Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. They didn't even try that hard.
No.
They just followed her for a bit.
Yeah. It's like when you go around Morrison's, isn't it? Getting watched and followed. Oh no, that's just me.
That's definitely just you.
That's just because you look like a smackhead though, Paul.
He's not wrong.
Go for it. Go for me chocolate spread every week.
Yeah. That's it. They're watching you go down the toiletries and see what you're going to rob.
There is quite a few sets on this film, though, isn't there? I'm just looking it up there. It's quite obviously Universal Studios, and we've got 100 Universal City Plaza, Universal City, California, and Courthouse Square.
It's quite a lot. You say Universal.
So branch out.
It's quite impressive considering it's a Warner Brothers movie. They normally don't exactly cross over there because Universal would have been doing Lost World around this time, wouldn't they?
I mean, Warner Brothers was probably making a fortune off the Batman animated series by now, so they probably weren't too
Back in the day, everyone just kind of borrowed from each other, though, didn't they? It wasn't like it is now. Yeah. Now it's proper rivalry.
Like camps, isn't it? Like you're in my camp, but you're not in another person.
Warner Brothers might be filming something else, like Deep Blue Sea or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost like almost a nod to the Riddler. That almost similar.
Yeah.
Okay, good some monologue.
See the way she's behaving and our character so far, I would have. I mean, they've already broke the rule with the comics, and anyway, I would have probably had it so that her and Riddler were like friends in the building. You know, like she would obviously buy her, whereas he was like trying to have them connected in some way, and then at least it would have made more sense. like why they act the same way or why she's got the same ideas as him.
Yeah, but I think it just goes down to just poor design again, doesn't it? Just like I said with the last one with Two-Face.
Yeah.
Two-Face is just like your pound shop Joker.
Yeah. I suppose like people weren't like back in them days weren't really asking the questions that we're asking now. So like now I was watching I was joking about it the other week, but it happened again. One Division, fantastic series, but I think it's on like midnight in America, 8:30 in the morning in Europe. And literally almost every week without fail, you can go on YouTube and about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll have a video like 73 things you may have missed in One Division. It's just like, it's fucking half an hour episode. How the fuck is anyone sitting there spotting like 73 things that are like...
The colour of the chair was different.
Because people will watch it once and then they'll put them on again, but they'll put it on like the half speed so they can try and watch get all the little bits. Because it's all about outdoing each other as well.
Oh, do you know what? Speaking of that, do you know in Pulp Fiction, totally changing the subject, do you know the very beginning bit where Honey Bunny and whatchamacallit's having a chat and she gets up? Jeez, any of you motherfuckers move, I'll blast every last one of you motherfuckers. If you watch it later on at the very end, she says something totally different.
Aye.
Totally different to what we're talking about, but still, I just remember it.
It's supposed to be the same scene?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the exact same scene, just obviously from a different angle.
Auto dubs.
Who was
No, she says if she makes a mistake, it doesn't correct it.
I'm saying they could have auto dubbed it.
who was filming that bit before where he's put a necklace on his wife? Who was filming it?
Well, it was obviously the pervert in the office who was on the security cameras.
Oh, you might have just got a tripod. The tripods are invented by now, Paul.
Yeah.
Movies and stuff. I mean, this is when people start making their own sex tapes now, remember?
Alright.
And he was giving her like a pearl necklace, so he just got the wrong end of the stick for what she wanted.
Commissioner Gordon,
The most underused character in this entire 4 sets of film series. He's the same person. He's done nothing. He's contributed nothing as Commissioner Gordon.
He seems the most like put together in this film, though, out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like he's had the best character development arcs between the whole of 4 films.
There you go, Paul. Bid for a girl.
Or a bid for a monkey. What the fuck about this bit? Oh no.
I mean, imagine this in this day and age, womanising, just treating them like a piece of meat. A very attractive and very tasty looking piece of meat, but nonetheless a piece of meat.
Fucking hell. Don't know who's more of a sex pest, Carl or Paul?
Paul.
You? The videos you sent me.
That last one was a fucking bit random, like Mason.
What's that one?
The leopard.
Aye, the man getting mauled.
Again, that's what I talked about, that realisation of a predator looking at you. That's what that was. Did you get the one with the 2 guys in the wheelchair fighting? One gets bottled?
Nah. Oh, yes, I did.
You send them kind of things. I've stopped watching your videos again for a month. you put yourself on the list and get banned.
I keep saying I was on a bus once and going, what's Mason? Send me this video one. I started pressing play and it's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And the headphones were so loud I even could get everyone on the bus.
But if he sends us a voice message, I go to a different route and listen to it just in case.
Sexy monkey dance.
Oh, a bit of arse cheek hanging out there, isn't it?
A bit cheeky.
They should make 6 foot tall or something.
She doesn't seem that tall. She's nowhere Bridget Nielsen. She's huge.
Nah, she's a beast like.
Now, so she would have to come and choreograph this dance with all those dancers first before they set the party up so everyone's ready for it.
I know she's hypnotised the moment.
She used her pheromones and that's what did it.
Right, okay.
Just because remember it's Batman.
Yeah. Hola.
And you are.
What? The eyebrows look like looks like Greta from Gremlins 2. I don't know, just think about acting's just not, it's just so wooden in this.
What's what?
Yeah, just not really the character, really. That's just, I mean, she's playing it. She's doing. I always say like she's doing a Joe Schumacher version of what they want. It fits the film, but it doesn't necessarily make it good.
It's like maybe Batman's cowl getting bigger.
He's got a. I think he's got a thicker neck.
Lost the yellow in his suit though. Didn't make it stand out very much.
Let's see, can focus on the nips.
The bat nips.
It's because Alfred forgot to buy the yellow paint this month.
Wow. Imagine that, man, giving away $500,000.
$1 million. Yeah, we're getting this is where it bugs me. I don't know why.
Oh, I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's a kind of call.
Forever.
It's like I keep saying, where does his bills go to the back cave? So the postman should know. He has to have a credit check. You know what I mean? At least 5 years of where he's lived.
Rich though, he's corrupt. He probably owns the bank.
Yeah, he did buy the
But
bank.
Just say check the front door and then just let him out. Let him roam. Check the front door shut.
Chill.
Come on, chill.
He's fucking useless. Keeping a hold of that gun like.
He's giving.
That massive armor, it's got no grip.
Nah.
Fucking hell, I thought that was Batman who jumped up there originally, but no, it was wrong.
Is it them or is it the stunt doubles?
He definitely probably did. Well, I mean, Chris O'Donnell was, as I mentioned in the last film, he was insisting on he would be the one who drove the actual Batmobile, so I'd imagine he's probably down for getting involved a bit more.
This is so much like the first scene though. Like, the truck's in there, do you know what I mean? Mr. Freeze's turning poison every, but like, it's very similar, like.
How? It just defines gravity. How? How did he swing? How?
Because he's Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, he's really
Doesn't quite work as well as because he's Batman, but nonetheless, he's not a poor man. Must take some money to keep that lassie on frozen.
Again, another one with a team up. Third movie in a row now.
It's because it's like, obviously it was just one bad person and you're kind of going back to the start again, aren't you? It's like you're getting bigger and bigger. Start of 1, like Spider-Man 1 and 2.
But it just doesn't. Just use storytelling. Just build the character stuff, like having to try and make it bigger and bigger.
Oh, that's so cheesy. Good night.
I've just noticed in the Batman cowl as well, like the hole in his eyes are a lot larger than they really need to be. Like,
it's because when he wobbles his head, he needs a bit more, so you can feel the vision.
yeah.
Going back to the double villain thing, is the first one and then the last one the only films that there's been one villain? Because with the Bane, with Dark Knight Rises, there was only Bane, wasn't there?
Well, that was technically, yes, but technically they did end up like using Talia al Ghul as the one behind it also. You're right, I would definitely still say Bane was the front and foremost, but that was me quite early on about.
I wouldn't say she was a villain though. She was more of just of an accomplice where obviously you've got.
No, she was behind it.
She was the mastermind. She
but
was ordering Bane around.
But she's not really like the villain-y type person though, is it? Because obviously you've got Catwoman, Penguin, you've got Riddler, Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, you've got that guy who I can't think is what his name was, the guy who taught Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee?
Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne, and then you've got Scarecrow. And then you've got the Joker.
Wasn't Scarecrow back in Dark Knight Rises? He wasn't.
Scarecrow's
not in Dark Knight Rises, he wasn't.
He is?
What, for like 5 seconds?
Is he in Dark Knight Rises?
But they don't like team up, do they?
But is he in Dark Knight Rises?
That's just 2 separate villains doing their own thing.
That was meant to be the Joker, obviously.
It was, yeah. Now we're getting.
I just realised how long your hair is. That's scary.
Huh?
Just realised how long your hair's getting.
My hair, it's getting pretty long, isn't it? I'm going for the wild.
Oh, looks like his bike.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just ludicrous.
It's just, I don't know, it's silly. And that's a lot when you're talking about a film like this.
It's this bit goes, no. It's unbelievable.
Again, no, Two-Face's thing's just been designed for an actual toy, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know what to believe. The Batmobile driving up the wall or flying through the sky. I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't really flying, it was sort
I
of...
don't know about Batmobile.
Falling with style.
Yeah.
I mean, this as well. Just, that's it. It's just so bad. I mean, he's just nosedived through the window. I mean, have you guys ever seen Drop Zone? Gary Busey gets kicked out of the airplane and he goes flying through this window. It's like... And then it just cuts, caught him, done, dusted.
See, I'll go back from the me point in Batman Forever. The way that Chris O'Donnell's playing him now, this I would actually have no problem whatsoever had he been about 10 years younger. I feel like he's coming off with a little bit of a bitch here, like throughout the film, obviously the button head, but like he's a grown man at the end of the day, and he's like sort of, I don't know, he just doesn't seem to like fit his role.
It feels more like this one was trying to gear towards the Nightwing, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like they were definitely setting themselves up for the next film where he was going to split off and become Nightwing.
Yeah.
And Batman was going to have Batgirl as basically his Robin for a bit.
There was a lot of hype around, obviously, it was Jeff Goldblum was going to be the Scarecrow. That was going to be the next villain, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Alfred and his precious
CD-ROM again. But look at the respect he had for not touching the CD though. Not gonna use names, but some people who like, sell DVDs and stuff like that just don't have that sort of respect.
Awkward silence, Carl, thanks.
The funny thing is though, I'll be honest with you, my head was aiming towards Asda. I always remember back in the day whenever I bought a CD or DVD from Asda, honestly I swear to God, like if they didn't frisbee it halfway across the shop before they put it in the case, I'd have beamed at 5.
Oh, that's one of the worst things. So when someone comes to you, is the disc in the box? Aye. And you realise that there's so many places take the discs out of the box and you look at it and go, fuck me, that's a crime scene. Boom, it's in the box, fine.
CEX as well, they do it exactly the same.
No one even tolerance CEX with me. Put the wrong
touching the CD.
Ben Steele
Put
books
the
as
wrong-
well.
I was watching The Exorcist. I was watching The Exorcist uncut version. I'm like, hang on, this is uncut. This is the normal version. Then check the catalog number. It gives it wrong bloody disc. So I went back and complained. They looked like I was a freaking idiot.
In all fairness, Bruce Wayne had more happy backflashes than sad ones, hadn't he? He tended to always looking at distance with a smile.
Well, that's what George Clooney was really concerned about. He was just like, I don't really want to I mean, he was probably just trying to get out of more acting, like, but he just said he didn't want to carry the weight. Especially when you're trying to bring in, like, Alfred's dying, Robin's becoming a little bastard, and then Batgirl comes into it.
Yeah.
Kind of rough. That's what she just said. Mint.
I don't rate her. I think she's got a bit of a duck face, my opinion.
Seriously?
Wasn't she going out with Leonardo DiCaprio at this time?
Really?
I don't know, like, she looks a bit young.
Oh, here's a note at the head. We get to see the Riddler's costume in a second.
Yeah, that's only a good thing about it.
I mean, if it was done now, you would have probably like paid Jim Carrey to have a cameo, wouldn't you?
It'd be like the mid Spider-Man 2, but had all the different tanks with all the different Sinister Six stuff in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When Sony was proper pushing for the next
Yeah.
big franchise, and completely fucked it all up.
Mr. Big Bollocks trying to think, oh, it's alright. MCU doing well, we can do whatever we want now, it'll always work, and then didn't.
Then they had to
I
go
do
cry
like
for them, didn't they?
Yeah, I do like how they've literally put him in a freezer. I mean, I don't care what you make it look like, that was a freezer.
Yeah.
I mean, Indiana Jones survived the nuclear blast in freezer, so that's okay.
Did he?
Did he?
I didn't know that.
I haven't seen that film. Which one? What's that one?
I think I remember. And you blocked it out.
I don't remember. Was that the Last Crusade? Because that was the last film for me, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah, it was.
Go.
No, it's in the title, The Last Crusade. There can't be any more after that.
Oh dear.
Schwarzenegger's acting. Come on, do it.
Come on! It's fucking terrifying, that makeup.
It's total recall extreme there.
Come on, he's acted like he's suffocated before, like a Total Recall. You can do it. My bed is so cold.
Oh, it's Jesse Ventura, isn't it, the guard? Isn't one of the guards Jesse Ventura?
I have no idea who that is.
Ventura, the thing out of Predator.
He's in Predator and he's in Running Man.
We ain't got time to bleed, guy. You've got to.
Yeah.
Ah, right, yeah.
Commentator in the few early WrestleManias.
Who is that big tall gentleman behind Poison Ivy? Oh, it's Bane. Fuck. I couldn't tell because of the hat.
He's a mysterious gentleman.
Just another man out for a stroll.
Yeah.
Watching
With a luminous green tube hanging over his head.
Just went to see Critters at the cinema. You know, with the camouflage stuff. Oh, and it's a Captain Neon.
These guys look
I would
class.
say the neon goes back to the other one, didn't it? Yeah.
And it's kept that kind of right.
Well, it's not Don the Dragon this time, sorry, like, but...
Nah.
Is that Ray Parker, though, is it? Ray Parks. Could be.
Darth Maul.
Aye.
Could be. I mean, this was probably like this time when he started doing things like this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because not
It
really
was Darth
talking.
Maul and Toad in X-Men.
Apparently, there's just been a picture posted
Yeah.
up with a skull cap with the horns, so... Mind you, after Solo, they'll be an idiot not to try and do some form of standalone. Got the skipping ropes out.
I love neon colours, like. Oh, that music, man. Woo! Proper Looney Tunes.
Sound effect.
Fucking loud. Oh, it's fucking terrible, that.
Got from the Warner Brothers Looney Tunes archive sound effect from Gremlins.
But a bit of a random timing to do that, what was it, the...
Mountain Dew.
I had a Mount Dew advert for Gremlins, that was a bit weird.
Is there like an anniversary this year, so Gremlins 2 or something like that?
I don't know, Mason, you'd know.
Gremlins 2 was one of the last films in 1989, so it would have been 30 years last year.
Kind of made sense with the AT one at Christmas, because like Christmas time you can imagine they were like doing something unique, but that seemed like a bit of a random drop. But
But I mean, at the end of the day, if they get the sponsorship off Mountain Dew and they get more money, it probably pays to whatever they're trying to do with that TV series. Because Cobra Kai works really well, and going off Cobra Kai, I would say Gremlins could work in a Cobra Kai kind of universe. I can't see them ever remaking Gremlins or making a third. I could see them having a limited run as a series. So again, if you can get money for the franchise.
There's supposed to be a one in the works or being written. It's Gizmo, and I don't know. I think it might be the little boy from the third one. Apparently they're going a little bit like anime with it, so they're going to go into different it's like a TV series, but it's supposed to be like capitalising on like Japanese law and stuff like that. So there's going to be loads of different monsters and that.
Yeah, it's going to be HBO.
Yeah. Can I just say that is Bruce Wayne going through a hard time because his table's getting smaller.
I know.
Every film.
Especially off the first one.
Alfred had to change tables every time.
Poor Alfred. I mean, he's the hero of the films, isn't he, really?
Well, that's it, because now we can't Alfred.
No.
That would get done if it wasn't for Alfred.
There's something she's in where she acts proper sexy. It's not Wayne's World 2, it's a totally different person. There's something else.
Batman and Robin? We're just having a meal with Batman?
No.
Now that sounds familiar.
It's got him whipped.
She looked a lot like what do you call her? She played Elektra.
Oh, Ben Affleck's wife.
Aye.
It's like you just going to start with Ben Affleck there.
That's the one. Yeah. But you know, Jennifer Garner, right?
That's her eye. She does look like her eye.
I watched a clip on YouTube of Catch Me If You Can, and she plays a prostitute in that, and I swear to God, this lighting and the way she looks here, they're almost identical.
Oh, he's been busted. Called it Ivy. Nope, some in the face.
It's always a kiss, isn't it? That's what gives them away.
Oh, CD-ROM, we're back
Here
to
we
CD-ROMs
go.
again. Oh, it's
Detective again.
I like it how it takes something like a facial recognition system to figure out who she was.
Can you remember those magnifiers you used to get for your portable TVs? You can get them for your phones now.
Like that, like Game Boy, didn't you?
I was going to say,
yeah.
I had one for my Game Boy, there was one where you clicked it over the top.
Looked fucking ridiculous, but it worked.
I mean, it did what it needed to.
Yeah.
Did it change batteries every like hour? Yo.
Big ass night shoot like.
I was going to say that looked like a heavy extra cast there, isn't it? Then,
Can you guys
It's like a bad scene out of the Warriors.
There's Corey Haim there, just passing the screen there,
Oh,
the chest
aye.
tattoo.
He's there going, Mason, I love you, Mason.
Oh.
Mason, I love you.
That's probably him talking to Coolio, actually. Fuckers.
Yes, you mean Dave from this morning.
Ah, Coolio. It's got pictures of him all over.
Can you, on your phone, can you guys remember what it was like to, hang around with people, like, face to face? Like,
I'll be honest with you, I didn't do that beforehand, so nothing really
nice,
changed.
one way.
Yeah, go anywhere. I don't go down the path that's well known for. I create my own path.
Yeah, the one way system, yeah, no?
Yeah.
Pre-Fast and Furious, this.
I forgot all about this scene, actually. You know who would have worked really well in this scene just in the background? Vanilla Ice.
Singing the rap.
Just him and Coolio hanging out, just doing what they're doing.
The thing is, that gun that Coolio had, that's actually his gun. It wasn't a prop, it's a real gun. He just kept it.
You guys ever remember that, like, around this time, right? Because Coolio was in like this, and his song was used in what was a Martin Lawrence film called? Nothing But Loose, or something like that. Can anyone remember the trailer for Burn Hollywood Burn, or not?
No.
The what?
So there's a film called Burn, Hollywood Burn, and it was massively advertised on VHS back in the day. And it was a spoof of Eric Idle, and we apparently much stole his film. And Sylvester Stallone, Jackie Chan, Whoopi Goldberg, and Coolio were all in this movie that got stolen. But it was like a sort of like a making of, looking back at the movie and how he stole it and stuff like that. And it was just a name check. Sylvester Stallone, Whoopi Goldberg, Jackie Chan, and Coolio. I was like, Coolio? No one remember that?
Interesting. Nah.
No.
I'll have to find a trailer for it. It was because again, like you talked about Stallone films and all that, it's just completely like disappeared.
I like how we got a little bit of a Joker nod there. There was a Joker painting on the wall.
Was it?
I mean, there was also a Shaggy from Scooby-Doo painting on the wall as well. That's spotted, but
Like Zoink Scoops.
More or less getting all the properties in.
yeah, pretty much. I was thinking that earlier on when the scene first started, because all of a sudden I thought if this were a modern film, they would have had like question mark spray paint on the wall, they would have had like a frozen bloody icicle and stuff like that, would have had every nod you can imagine.
That's all the little gangs at the starting line would have been like one of each representative.
Yeah.
Because obviously, think about it, loads of Warner Brothers, weren't it? Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like this is almost a little like the Lost Boys kind of thing as well, like the race and that as well, which again is done by Joel Schumacher as well. So
They really should have stopped by now. the slide for mine.
We'd have to cross a bridge, wouldn't it, if we were going that way? Originally?
There's another classic 200-story building up.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is terrible, this effect.
I'm glad you said that. I was about to say that is awful.
can you imagine being that massive city and all that, and you go, that's quite a like hell for us, that isn't it?
You can see there's a guy just holding like that frame and just wiggling it with his mouse.
I think it's like I said with every one of these films, or like VHS, let you get away with a lot more than you do nowadays.
Oh yeah, by far.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I've seen some
Never
pretty
actually had
low
plans for this to be on
budget films. It looked like they've been done on a fucking 1998 PC.
It's kind of the nostalgia of it as well. So I think, like, don't get me wrong, I think the Batman Forever was just straight up bad CGI work, like. But sometimes I can forgive like the ridiculousness of it because of its age.
Not much like it just seemed to walk in and out of the Batcave. Like no, it's not the Batcave. Sorry, I'll shut up.
It's a garage.
It's the same location as this third one, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
In the corner eye.
She gives the big speech about Alfred being a slave.
Oh.
Yep.
Shut up, bitch! Now suck my cock.
Wow. Fucking hell. That's not gonna work.
I keep forgetting you're gonna put these on YouTube.
I've never seen.
He even walks around in his like Batman gown. He like, you know what I mean? He's got this massive long gown. It's not like he's differentiates himself. Like, oh, Bruce Wayne's favourite colour's purple. No, I'm all black. Black and black.
Once you go black.
Wow. Is this the bit we actually see the Joker? Have we seen the Riddler's costume?
No.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's when it
Yeah.
breaks the wall down, something like that.
Yeah, it's 'cause
I mean,
Jane has to go to
he'd
the,
make a fortune on SD now, though, wouldn't he? Imagine if he just set you doing a little shop up. I can't say that looks awesome, that like.
Imagine sending that through fucking my Hermes and we fucking, oh, it's broke. Well, I'll send it back. Shattered. What's in the box? Don't want to know.
Nah.
Here's the first time. There, on the left, that's Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, no, now you've told us who he is. like just looking at that when he was standing there at the door, it's definitely him.
Well, he's massive, isn't he? Because he stand out a bit.
Saying that, I mean, he was kind of just in the background of Demolition Man as well. He's sort of like, he was a massive name in America's pop culture. I mean, he's the governor of, he's another governor. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, well, he was the one who started, wasn't he, really? I dare say Schwarzenegger probably wouldn't have thought about it if he hadn't.
Maybe that's why he's on all the films. Maybe Schwarzenegger's just bringing him along.
Yeah. Well, you got to get all those, you got to go to the votes in, no?
Yeah.
Don't come cheap.
Oh, he's dead. Quick little cameo.
It would be canny like Chuck though, wouldn't you? Like, if you just sat there and looked at your script
There it is,
or
there.
go down
Two Faces jacket.
I'm gonna get kissed off with my thumb when I die. Yeah, fair play.
There was probably a few more things hidden in that. To be honest with you, looked at it.
There's a gingerbread man toy for some strange reason.
Yeah, because he's the most villainous of them all.
Not the gingerbread man.
It is a gingerbread man.
We're teaming up.
Classic camera work there. Yep.
Watch it suit, $25 million, man.
They're the real guy's arms, you know, the actor who's playing Bane. That's why the guy was hired for. He had the biggest arms in the world. He was in the Guinness Book of Records.
Oh, alright.
Well, he was a wrestler, but he died like, not long after this film was released.
Oh, you had to lower the tone, didn't you? I feel sorry for the guy now.
Oh, you weren't there when was it Die Hard we were watching when everyone was dead? We talked about.
You see, what's he done since this? Let's have a look.
He's dead.
He's dead.
No, this guy dead.
Dead. Yippee-ki-yay.
Not quite the same tone, is it?
No. I need
a diamond.
No, man.
I didn't know Arnold Schwarzenegger was Jamaican. Who said that? I need some more diamonds, man.
I need some more diamonds.
With accents, you know.
Freeze the pipes.
Hey, that must be. How was it last week?
It's the fake icicles, isn't it? It's so classic, it's unbelievable.
Just in time.
Why that security guard's wearing bloody Ray-Bans?
Come on.
Bane's just like, roar, like a fucking gorilla. Roar.
Like, imagine he landed on one of them.
Roll credits.
Yeah, that's the end of the film. He just smeared them by accident.
Oh, that was terrible.
So we're supposed to believe that they just survived that jump?
Aye.
No explanation whatsoever.
It's because they landed in the water.
You just need to watch Predator and you see the stunt guys getting chucked down that fucking stream. And they're just like even if cause it's sort of in grown-ups when they're chucking them all off the cliff, get stunt guys to actually do it. No, just disappear into the mist.
Have anyone noticed that Bruce Wayne's house is quite homoerotic, just with all the like naked statues dotting about?
Gotham City is one.
Well, let's go back to Carl and his thing. We've got to remember it's a Joel Schumacher film. Joel Schumacher.
Yeah, Jack, did you know that Schumacher was gay? Jack.
What?
Oh, is he?
Did you know? Oh, I like proper like.
Ah, probably explains things then. All the like rubber and lycra and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh god, that looks fucking terrible. Them cars outside of there, they look like fucking models.
I think it was a proper little toy scene, wasn't it?
Oh, little CCTV cameras right in the way.
I think this was them. Might not be though.
We couldn't work it out because he was wearing a hat. Kind of thing over us.
Definitely look like them.
Do you mean this tall gentleman in the hat? No, no way.
Just another classic case of how smart Batman is.
He hasn't got a back computer to put it into to double check.
I mean, look at that backdrop. That looks like something out of the fucking Adam West Batman.
That's it.
Well, nothing looks real, does it? It all looks like it doesn't work.
I mean, this is where he's the greatest detective. Look, knew exactly where the panel was straight away. Doink.
Just hungry, man. You just want some pizza.
That's what it was.
So,
I had a frozen pizza for my lunch for the first time in God knows how long. Wasn't a fan, like. What did that?
You just normally hit the Uber apps there. Doop, Uber apps. It's fucking 50% off on Uber apps at the minute, man. It's fucking dangerous.
is it?
Aye. And like now you don't have to like pay at the door, so like you don't have to tip the delivery drivers anymore. Like, keep away from us.
Well, it's a bit of a cop out though because I always use Just Eat. Although I've had about 100 flyers through the door from Uber saying that McDonald's now deliver, yet they don't. Not in my house apparently. But it's too dangerous.
You can't go wrong with Uber Eats, man. Once you've got the app, they'll just send you like you'll get like 50% off.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. Although I did have a Kentucky Fried Chicken Walker's Max crisps.
Ooh, what are they like?
The bullshit. I mean, it tastes like chicken, but it tastes now like it's just chicken crisp. There's nothing Kentucky Fried Chicken about it at all.
Yeah, it doesn't like KFC. Well, does it? Unless you put some gravy on it, then it does.
But then it has to be the KFC gravy. It can't be any other gravy.
Well, yeah.
Just ludicrous.
I miss KFC so much.
Why?
I did.
It's still open.
Like, I backed my odds and I did get some salt in every quavers, although I wanted the prawn cocktail one, but you know.
Miss
Wait,
KFC.
give me
Paul.
What are you doing?
It's getting a bit chilly. Put me jumper on if that's alright.
Are you getting dressed again?
He's finished off in his long hair.
It's funny because this bridge looks a lot like the bridge. Not really a lot like it, but it's kind of similar to how they did it with Dark Knight, isn't it?
Break his back.
They fought on like a bridge like walkway like this, doesn't it?
Grilled. Big KFC.
Grilled.
People food.
Oh
Oh, this is the whole. He's got
no. Kiss?
the lips on, hasn't he?
Yeah.
No,
No, it's
that's
later
later
on.
on in the film,
Because
aye.
this is what bugs us, the fact that they have already been affected by it, and the Batman that I know would have found a way to get around it like right about now. You wouldn't wait until the end of the film.
This way, like, fight each other again, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's his face.
It is weird, like, isn't it?
I can't move my head when I'm like this.
He still moves it.
Oh, yeah.
That was a super wrestling punch, that.
Head pound.
He's flew Robin's get his ass kicked.
Look at that man, she's proper sexually abusing him there.
No. That's just the golden money for the bat nipple. That like nipple.
A twisted nipple.
Oh, come on, Gordon. Save the day.
Yep, he's going to do something. It's only took 4 films.
Baby.
Ah, this is where Vanilla Ice comes in, man. That's how we should have been introduced.
The set's all wobbling everywhere. He's been like, to put the handle down. The light next to him is like wobbling.
I mean, look at it. The icicles are just—it's ridiculous. But you know, they've gone for a tour, and like I say, they're not going for this should really look like what it is. They've gone for like the campy Adam West. So it kind of that's why I feel like it something works. I'm not too fussed about it in that regard, but in all fairness, going off Batman and Batman Returns, I prefer a much more serious tone to it.
They've kind of make it so fast. No one's really went. Do you know what? Maybe we shouldn't. It's like when they were making Aliens and like James Cameron wrote half the script because like he was trying to get Terminator get going. So he wrote First Blood Part 2, Rambo, and Aliens, but like he only wrote half of Aliens as an assignment sheet, and they went, right, we're going to wait for James Cameron to be available and get him to make that movie. And they waited about a year and a half. You know what I mean? And sometimes waiting's better. Give it time to mature. Give it time people to go, the whole world's seen it, right, ready, let's do it. And like this was just like, here's the second one straight away.
Yeah. There'd just be
but when the 90s was renowned, wasn't it, for just sequels and sequels? Like Disney went through the really bad spin in the 90s, didn't they? Straight to VHS sequels and stuff, because it was when everyone was like, this is how to make money.
Imagine if that was... Yeah. Oh, totally, like it made money regardless, didn't it?
This is definitely the turn of Nightwing, like, isn't it?
He flipped him into that pot of custard or whatever it is.
We meant that.
That could have totally been like the same acid that Joker would put in. Very careless about Batman.
Just accidentally murder him.
Yeah.
A little think there, wasn't he? He was a little think.
Oh, can I say it looked like Uma Thurman was struggling in those heels?
She was. I was just about to say that. She's not used to walking in heels.
Oh, what a
What
bitch.
an
She's
absolute
totally upped
tinker.
the missus.
Jealousy.
One might say it's a bit cold.
Ooh. Alright, Carl, anyway, what's your taglines anyway?
Well, the taglines for this, I haven't looked too tight, so I've got to... let's see...
Isn't this where, this is near the end though, really, isn't it? Because it's where the big fight happens.
Are you still looking at you, Carl?
I can give you them right now because there's only three. So the first one, strength now, courage always, family, above all, Batman and Robin. Shit one. Heroes, villain, triple threat. Not really how it works. And then you've got the last one, strength, courage, honour and loyalty. On June 20th, it all comes together.
Oh, God, fucking terrible taglines.
Not the strongest ones, like that, really.
That's so bad. That tier was terrible. The CGI tier. Those were terrible taglines. 1997, we have a film called Event Horizon.
Class film.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
The Postman, Alien Resurrection, The Relic, Starship Troopers, Fifth
The
Element.
relic, is that the one in the air on the pyramid thing with the ivy in that?
In the museum, we can't see anything.
Yeah,
I'm
that's it,
thinking
yeah.
something else.
Men in Black, Lost World, Face Off, Flubber, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Face Off, man, what a film.
Okay. Chasing Amy, Private Parts,
Chasing Amy's mint.
Hercules,
Hercules!
Air Force One, Con Air, Speed 2, Turbulence. So yeah, can you a wee bit there, like?
You've got to see.
I've seen almost all of them on VHS on the Friday night rentals.
Oh yeah, Breakdown with Kurt Russell, great film.
I mean, look at the work they did for Little Shop of Horrors, and that's what we get 10 years later. Do you know what I mean? Look at that.
That's probably ridiculous.
Some guy underneath just with a pump, just moving it. Move the camera up so you don't see the puppeteer. There you go. Yes.
Adam and Evil. Well, nice little pun work there.
See, Carl, going back to the pop violence and the chase, he would have been good as a chase like that. Do you know what I mean? If he was, didn't have his suit on, but they decided to make a limited edition of him where he was all sparkly, haven't they?
It looked awful. I don't know, I wasn't a fan.
Entertainer had that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's necessary that we need to see an image of Albert Hart on that screen, though.
It's just to let you know how serious it is.
Oh god.
Right.
The worst screen image is a bit where it's like the Batman and Robin logo symbol, isn't it? When she finds all the data files. That's the worst reflection I've ever in film on screen.
the rave scene. She goes into the basement, and there's just the security goes off, and he just starts a rave.
50 Shades of Black Batman.
So Alfred's in bed, no one's getting any breakfast. Freak's sake.
Well, this is why Robin's getting all cranky.
He nearly fell on that last step.
No one's keeping an eye on Randy.
Yeah. Randy's fucked off. I don't even know if he makes an appearance in this. Is there even a single bat in this film?
Quite nice.
Could be the first one that didn't have a bat in it.
He might have got like a proper job in Gotham somewhere. Because as Bane proves, he just put a coat and a hat on, didn't he? And everyone just thinks he's the wrong person. So could just be working for the newspaper office.
I kind of hope so. Randy never had much of a life, did he? Locked in a cage.
I can imagine him working like Peter Parker, just kind of flying around the city taking pictures.
Of himself.
So technically, we were talking about Randy the Bat being actually Man-Bat in hiding.
This is the point where he goes, do something for me, and I was like, delete all my bat porn. I mean, why would he hide it under his pillow in his bedroom? Just saying.
As he just touches her hand ever so gently and say, remember, it's our little secret.
Remember, like,
My history.
always.
Oh, it's just got so much cheese. It oozes cheese.
It does.
Well, I mean, there's also the fact that they... Yeah. Now, I was going to say, like, I was going to mention it earlier, I forgot, how they kind of just totally made up her character role. You know, obviously, Batgirl's supposed to be Barbara Gordon. And
I know, but you couldn't
totally changed the
have
character.
You couldn't imagine the Gordon in this film having a wife, could you?
Fucking harsh, that, like, I mean...
It's true, I'm sorry.
He saved the day, like, not only 4 or 5 scenes ago. No, the road he did it wasn't for him.
It took him that long to do so, though, didn't it? Really, like, he's just a bumbling idiot.
Is it a reason why Telescope looks like a penis, Bob?
No, that's just what you're saying, Paul.
That's what you just hope for. You want to sit on the end of it.
So you look at Gordon there. I mean, he's a bit of a catch. He's got some jazz about him.
Aye, but you're right. He should be there with his wife.
True.
Wasn't she in, his wife was in the forever, wasn't she? At the party, the Jim Carrey party, the Riddler party. I don't know.
I don't know, actually. Potentially.
It might have just been a woman of the night that he hired.
The one that goes into the booth and she has diamond stuff. Then he goes in afterwards and just goes surfing.
I remember, yeah.
He's got a hell of a... He's got more role than anything in this, hasn't he?
I'm going to say it's his shining moment now.
I wish he'd put his hat on straight.
I take it back, Dave. He's a bit of a bum and an idiot, like.
Yeah.
Sure, he's under the influence right now. This is not really him, but yeah.
Yeah, this is why you can't have kids that grow up to be Batman.
Oh, overdosed.
Totally.
Oh, detectives kicking in.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Somebody spotted.
He's basically just shot his load in his pants, hasn't he?
Who wouldn't want to get with that?
Seepage.
It's dripping down his leg now.
See, again, though, it would have worked if maybe Nicole Kidman came back and just played her, and like, you go, oh yeah, he finally got with her, do you know what I mean, kind of thing, but just he's just another sex pest.
No, you could say,
If this was in real life, loads of people would be coming forward to say that he touched it.
Who touched who?
The Bruce Wayne.
Oh, Bruce Wayne's a sex
Ventura.
pest.
Exactly. Up there with Bill.
You know Pat Hingle, who played Commissioner Gordon?
Uh-huh.
He was in Sudden Impact, Maximum Overdrive,
Southern
and Dead.
Impact.
Bruce and Aliens, Bits from Space. Aye.
Who did Kermit impression there?
Ah, Paul, have you never heard of his Kermit impression?
No.
Oh, he only does it like a couple of million times a day, so.
Oh, so it's all of you guys.
If I could only do Kermit a Frog impression once a day, I'd be happy.
How are you, Paul? Give him a good show. Give him a good Kermit impression.
I'm going to do it now. I'm on demand.
Oh, no, come on, Paul.
See you, the Batman.
And Kermit a Frog's voice.
Yeah.
Hey, Batman, everybody! Yay! Wait, that's £10.
The thing is, I was going to give Clooney credit here because he is like the last 3 or 4 scenes. He is like kind of showing a lot of like, I don't know, almost like that love towards Alfred, because obviously in the last series he's only really, in my opinion, just being treated as an employee. I don't really feel like these films ever give him that close like relationship that the Nolan series got. But then really just sort of smiles at him. He just stands and looks.
Yeah. Basically, I'm out yet. Get your bags, get out. You're not doing any jobs.
Black kid needs cleaning.
Yeah. There's bat poo everywhere.
Oh, he's remembering the happy times again when his parents were dead.
Why is his bed and Alfred's bed so close together?
They don't talk about it.
That was a hard drive that he gave the father.
To scratch and delete it.
Destroy all the footage, please.
Did you sell it, old man?
Oh, and I love you too. Oh. Batman.
Does he die?
No.
He doesn't.
No.
No.
No, he's dead in real life, but he's not.
Fucking hell.
Damn it, that just totally ruined it. I was about to go and see what he was going to do next year.
Not much like he's dead.
I think he really finished up his career being in a lot of Tim Burton movies, didn't he? So.
Hold on, this is going to be ridiculous, isn't it? It's going to be a stupid password that no one's ever.
Peg.
Oh, imagine if it was Martha. That would have been brilliant.
Damn it.
I can't remember his password is.
Peg.
Pegging.
Yeah, Peg.
Pegging with Bruce.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's no way anyone would allow a password to be only 3 letters, a number, an uppercase, and a symbol.
This
That was
was
a high tech.
This is where you could have the password be just one letter.
No. Unbelievable.
I want to know what type of screen she's got to get that much kind of
Back resolution.
Aye.
That's like Mason's computer when he turned it on, isn't it? With all the YouTube videos.
Just Red District kick in.
The grief starts.
Being can't be comfortable back there, like.
No.
No. They need me out. Mr. Bean.
Did you ever hear the story of Sigourney Weaver in Aliens when she's in the power loader? So when they did the power loader scenes, there's actually a big strong man behind her lifting the arms and all that, and like we follow the living.
And it's not a real machine.
No, and Sigourney Weaver's looks quite very strict and very serious. And one of the special effects guys had pretty much put this balloon in in between the stunt guy and her, and kept pumping it up remotely. And neither the guy knew it, and all Sigourney Weaver kept feeling was sort of a penis impression in her back. And she kept saying, what's going on? And obviously the guy couldn't properly hear. And she had to lose a rag to realise what was going on, a practical joke. She's trying to act all serious and just feels this guy rubbing up against her and all that. And there's the fucking makeup department pumping up this balloon. Fucking back.
Did he do the noise though? No, when it moves around?
No.
Then it's alright? No, it's a manner.
Fucking hell.
These guys get. You can come back as long as you get killed.
This is probably the only time we've ever seen a Robin signal in the sky and not a Batman one.
God, like you're meant to be the really smart scientist that you wouldn't know who he was.
Frozen now. News reporters, I don't know who Bruce Wayne is, isn't it?
Well, is it? I mean, I reckon that's why she's not in the film. She's stuck in her apartment somewhere, but no pun intended, but batshit crazy. She's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, lava lights.
Aren't they the bombs?
Yeah. Combined.
Now this is the first Batman movie when none of the villains die.
You've been in a crystal maze.
What? What's that look for?
Yeah, good point, actually, yeah.
No, none of them do.
Well, like I say, this is the first
Aye, but
one where
like
it feels
Two-Face
they're
dies.
trying to make it more for like trying to build a franchise on it, even though it's the last of it.
Jack, what was your take on these films when they came out? I know we've obviously seen the others. Did you see any of these at the cinema, or were you know, like VHS for you, or what?
I would have been 1997. I'd have been my first year at secondary school, so I'd have been about what 11. So probably not. But, hold on, did you say Jurassic Park came out the same year as this?
Lost World did.
Oh.
Lost Word.
Oh, I seen that. I went there. Nah, it would have been video that I seen these. I wasn't big into Batman and that when I was younger.
You could not know.
Cool kids.
You could not know that this was out at the time though, because these were so like heavily advertised. No, but like the publicity, the toys and all that.
Yeah, but this was where you were still punished for being a nerd in this day and age.
I see. I would probably say I was more Ghostbusters and Turtles when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, you do not say the right word.
So even on his deathbed, he still managed to get time to build a suit for him.
I mean, they have just got a crotch chop, so everyone can't complain there.
Bat hoof.
I've got to say, at least he went through the work of not giving her like a camel toe, because that would have been awkward.
Well, he does know our measurements a bit too well, though, when you think about it, considering he's the uncle.
Just measured her while she was asleep.
What are you doing? Shh.
Oh, it's not that. Okay then. I mean, that'll be a good conversation. How do you know what cup size I was?
He's pennyworth money, seen a couple of boobs at his time.
Sean Perdweed is a mint cast as Alfred in Gotham series, like.
I've got to say, I still have no idea why he writes sausages on all of these autographs.
Dog soldiers.
Aye, but what part's that? I mean,
It's when his guts are hanging out. He look like sausages.
Is that what it is? See, I would have guessed that, but I would have thought that was a bit obscure, like.
Yeah, no, it's my guts are hanging out, Coop. They look like sausages.
Now, we were the kind of decent bloke to talk to, like, when we went in Manchester.
He was class.
But it wasn't Manchester, it was,
Sheffield.
where was it? Sheffield, that's one, yeah.
Is that a fucking laserdisc? Fucking hell. It is, and you're going to have to open it. Oops, set makeup design. See, like, shouldn't she really have like a massive killer plant or something instead of being? Do you know what I mean?
Well, like I say, the comic book show was awesome, but
Ben
she didn't really.
into this, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, I've got to say, he was definitely, he wasn't designed for this film. I think they just wanted to give him, or give her a henchman, basically.
Yeah, she needed like a reoccurring goon, so they wanted to give one with a name.
Bane's name come from the creator? Is it Bob Kane, the creator of Batman? It's just a combination between his name and him.
I don't know if it's connected that way, but you're right in both aspects. There's Bob Kane and you've got Bane.
Yeah, they are two things that right.
I didn't want to sound like a dickhead there, but it was like, you're not wrong what you said, but I have no idea if the connection's correct.
Has everyone seen Glass?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dave?
No.
Alright. Paul?
Nah.
Alright, now that's it. Anyway,
Boring conversation anyway.
no, I was going to talk about something, but I will not if you haven't seen Glass yet.
Well, clearly I haven't seen it, so clearly I'm not asked, am I?
And Paul, are you asked?
You guys. Nah.
Like Bruce Willis in Glass when he gets drowned. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah. Alright. I was just going to say though, like, it just, I mean, don't get me wrong, not like a modern day feminist and all of that, but it just seemed a bit weird to say, like, you're going to be back.
What just happened there?
It was like the shot was reversed.
What?
He came out and he just reversed the reel and he just went back in. That was terrible.
The thing that pleased me off most about this film, that terrible reverse.
For that, like, 2 seconds of, right, we want you to pump your head back up and then put it back down. We'll save that 2 seconds, we'll just pop it in reverse.
Right. Sorry, Carl, where were you at with your little rant?
I don't know. Hair design. Why would you give us fucking big high heels?
Because it's sexy.
Batgirl.
Yeah.
But
It's girl power.
It's not sexy if they're just wearing flats.
she was sitting in that flower before, so why did they decide to eat her now?
I just have to shit.
Oh, this film proving points already.
It's the same shot.
The plan really eat Batman and all that. And then she's just fucked it all up, so the plan sent around and eat you instead.
I don't know what film I was watching recently when there was a stampede and
Did he seriously just go, and you are? You literally seen her about 10 minutes ago?
She's got a mask on now.
Take it up. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's you. I didn't realise that.
Look at that run though, he's just like, head goes down. I was watching a film recently and there's a stampede and someone got stood with high heels in the ear and the heel broke off. I was like, oh, that's fucking horrible.
There is a lot of half-naked men in this film, like statues.
See, it's not just me. I might be doing more with erection like that.
I could say, are you half naked? Is that why you were complaining about Mason putting a jumper on?
Right. Well, he's still got no pants on, so I'm happy.
Yeah. Just imagine sitting there going, well, it's awkward now that it's just me naked.
Nope, everyone gets frozen.
And it gets frozen. It's the same street again from before.
I mean, to be honest with you, that looks so bad. It looked like the Truman Show. Oh, yeah, it's him from Little Nicky.
It's kind of like plastic wrap, isn't it?
But this police cars and that's almost a throwback to the other older Batman, do you know what I mean? The noir look.
Yeah.
I've never seen icicles wobble.
They just reused them, don't they?
Oh my god. I mean, again, it's all about the toys, isn't it?
Well, this is it, because I mean, Batman just been waiting for the time where we get like a really bad frosty weather.
I mean, I love it how unprepared. I mean, she's even got a new suit already.
I know, all of them have.
And she's got them all.
His is like silver now. So is Robin's.
Molly.
I mean, Robin's got the bloody what do we call it? Hovercraft, and she's just on a bike with like, I mean, there would have to be some mint snow tires.
She's smashed it.
I was just came off the bike straight away.
Just like that.
I mean, at least his glide mobile's got a fucking hoof on it this time.
Oof.
You know what I mean? I would. I was gone. Oh.
God, that looks so plasticky. Like a toy.
I mean, it is just translucent plastic, isn't it? Horrible.
Oh, that blue
I
is
think it's
not
because they
good.
go for the practical effects, didn't they? They don't really know how to do ice. Especially back then.
It's fucking water.
It's fucking weird watching this in this room because in the studio where it's all like neon lights, so it's almost like the freeze effects coming out the telly, isn't it?
Classic batarangs.
Oh, every time. I would love for a scene with, oh shit, not this time.
Damn it. Fuck, shit. 2 seconds of just reeling it up for like 5 minutes. Yeah, it was definitely just you, Paul, who thought that looked like a dick.
You're the one thinking about it now, not me.
Oh.
Up again.
Now he's got a gadget for everything.
Yeah.
Shot at it next.
Had to do a lot of swinging around, haven't
It saves time, doesn't it? Run up the stairs filming it.
Well, I mean, they've now seen what sort of shape bloody outfit's in. Just fuck the stairs, not just fly.
This whole silver look, they've took like no individuality. I mean, it's more like they're a unit more than anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
God,
Laser
it's so
guns.
Star Trekky in it.
Funny thing is though, like for a couple of years actually, but 1 year particularly, we had a really bad like overfrost on the ice rink at work. So literally for about a good 2 hours, I sat like with a blowtorch. It fucking takes forever. I would have loved a fucking laser torch. You would think they had this massive tank and a massive blowtorch. I thought this guy fucking melt straight away. This fucking took ages.
Oh, this is fucking terrible.
Could be worse, it could be Batman Forever.
Could be Joe's revenge.
You know, I was on board before like Dave, but I reckon this might be a little bit below Batman Forever. Like,
Yes!
It wasn't 3.
yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely prefer the third one to this.
I don't know. It's just like this seemed to be like Batman Forever was campy, but it worked. This seemed to have just gone too far.
I know, but
And I think
as if you'd ever get. I'm not going to say it actually. It's super offensive for the female race.
No, you're on the right podcast. You can do it.
I'm the one who gets all the hate off it.
Oh yeah? Oh well, in that case.
Yeah.
I just don't get why Bones went upside down and now he's pretending to be the bat from the first one again, isn't he? When he's in the hanging thing.
Yeah.
Huh. That was almost like a fucking gymnastic thing, that. He's like a one-hit knockout, Mr. Freeze, like, isn't he?
Just a bit. You know, I love a scene like that where, I mean, what was Bane doing and where was he the moment he popped up from behind? Because they were on a ledge.
Tiny
There's no way
shoelace,
he could have
clearly.
been. It's just like, well, you're just sitting there fucking playing with your fucking Dodger.
Yeah, this hat
Allowed to normally.
Yeah. Those scientists have got a canny good grip, like, haven't they? This is where I die, Mason. I don't know if I could hold on that long.
Yeah, well, especially when you've just been thawed out, you wouldn't be able to feel your fucking hands.
Well, this is it.
It'd be slippy as well because it'd be wet.
Oh, weakness.
Trick.
And that's why you need your height.
Low knees load already.
Yeah, and then he goes down to Paul Ray again.
But that's what happens when...
I'm melting!
end.
The heat is on.
Ah! My knee. This is probably one of the longest ones out of the bunch as well, isn't it?
Nah, 2 hours 5 minutes. One of the last ones was 2 hours 6.
Fucking damn that extra minute! Damn you to hell!
Sarcastic bastard.
I'm not being sarcastic, it was just facts. It's clearly not the longest one.
Though, to be fair.
Yeah. So this is 2 hour 5 minutes. Let's see, Batman Forever.
So glad I'm not a nerd.
Well, I'm not a nerd. I'm on the computer in front of us. Mason, you might be in the running because Batman Forever was only 2 hours 1 minute.
Because it's awesome.
It just felt like 5.
Yeah.
The score's not really as good as the third one though, and even though it's the same composer.
Yeah, it's right.
Because the third one was half and half, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was
Batman
just
Returns was 2 hours 6.
today. Oh no!
Who was that? Ah, no!
Fucking.
There you go. But again, would you let Arnold Schwarzenegger die here? Because again, but no, he's not.
He's heartbroken, man. He's just like, he's not doing it out of being evil. He's doing it out of because he's gone
Save
for
his
the
wife.
biggest trick in the book and fallen in love. Yeah.
I always thought like top billing you would like survive the film, but when I watched Executive Decision with Steven Seagal and Kurt Russell,
But the thing is, you don't actually see him die, so is he actually dead?
Who?
Mr. Freeze?
He comes back at the end.
Yeah.
But Steven Seagal got fired from that film. That's why he got cut out.
but was he fighting everyone?
He wanted more money, or he wasn't going to get on the plane. And we went, well, you're not going to get. You're not going to even get on the plane. That's why he had a big fallout.
That
I
is
don't know why,
terrible.
but instantly just thought of Mr. T. I ain't getting on no plane.
Just drugging Seagal's milk.
Batman from the sun here, miles away from everyone. Thanks, Batman.
It's very isolated, like the third one as well. Riddler Island. You know what I mean? That whole. It's very similar ending as well. Oh, that looked terrible.
Oh,
That jump was awful.
it's when it finishes sentences off too. Say, you're a genius.
Hope they're going to fix it.
The technology was much better because despite the screens being cracked, the picture's still completely intact. Can't get that in this day and age. Drop your phone and the whole thing kind of fucking multicoloured.
Oh, 90s technology, man. It's fucking made it to last before they realised, nah, you're going to have to like give it life expectancy.
There was a thing on Facebook. It was like meant to be Thor's hammer, but it was like the handle with like a load of like Nokia like 3210 strapped to it.
That was fun.
Oh, fading it out.
It's alright now.
And Action Truman Show. Right, there you go.
Oh, stuff. Ice, ice, baby. Yo.
Wobbly icicles on the car again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's horrible blue screen, that.
All they do is turn the heating on in the police car and he would be alright, but the car wouldn't be frozen. He would be alright inside.
Depends if you had the heating turned on though.
Yeah, the police budget might not be able to afford it.
That's got to be the same dog from Little Nicky.
As long as the dog had it.
There you go, guys.
Well,
Clear up your popcorn. You've just paid to watch Batman and Robin at the pictures.
why does those contacts look like really hurt?
Oh.
Ugh, freaking out.
I mean, that's ahead of its time, like, isn't it?
Batman just sitting in the corner with his Nokia 3210 recording them.
In high definition.
Yeah. Well, he's Batman, he's got that sort of tech.
I'd say he's got CDs.
No?
Then Batman Returns.
Like 97, I was still on tape cassettes.
Yeah, it was 97. Yeah, would have been, yeah.
I think I was up until at least after the 2000s.
When did
I made a very small jump to mini disc. I can't remember when it was.
Everyone had them. Mini disc was like the massive. Like if you had a mini disc, you were the coolest motherfucker ever.
Yeah, you walked around going, "There's an entire 4 CDs on this one." Whoa, man. Yeah.
They were all discs. Really good sound too.
Yeah.
When you delete a track though and you put another track back on, it just puts it in that place.
Yeah.
You have to take it.
Yeah, you have to wipe the whole thing and start again if you wanted to make your own compilation.
You have to take the number on
Yeah,
it.
but what else were you doing with your Saturday nights?
I was watching Batman and Robin on VHS.
No, that was Friday night.
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Not wasting my fucking time on that again.
You get your 48 hours.
Hey, he's got his COVID jobs.
£2.
Yeah, that's true, right.
So he had the
Anecdote.
anecdote all along in his arms for his wife and
Well, no, his wife was further progressed on, and Alfred isn't as progressed.
McGregor's syndrome, yeah.
Yeah.
Turns into Obi-Wan Kenobi's.
Yeah.
Hope that's been tested properly.
Looks like
Let's
that.
make
Petrol,
Alfred a
right there.
superhero now.
Hi. Gordon, Alfred finally gets part 5.
Is Batman talking to us? Oh no, he's
Hey,
not.
Robin's got a different suit on now.
He looked at the camera.
He got the red suit on now. What's going on, man?
He just changed quickly for Alfred.
What he wears on night time. Oh, she didn't die.
Well, this is it. I mean, like, the Riddler is essentially in the next cell, but...
Yeah.
And Mr. Freeze just able to walk in there.
I was going to say, is if like he's got now the wardens on his side to do what he wants.
And she's murdering that plant. He's been in there for hours waiting for this scene to come out.
Aye. He's been waiting with his lights off and all that.
No, he was plugged in the plug behind him, you can't see him, he needed a charge first. Imagine the battery power on that suit.
See, that would have worked. It would have been quite. I don't know. It's just they could have brought Jim Carrey back at the end if they were wanting to continue the franchise, but
Too much money, man. They're shorter to go getting 25. Jim Carrey's probably at his peak. So he probably won more.
she looks even added in on that couch. She doesn't even look like she's in the same scene as him there.
And now you can tell fucking Alfred not working, can't you?
The fire's not on and everything.
Play to the fucking tip.
Paging up straight away.
Yeah, he looks like Hugh Hefner now.
That's what the Scottish juice is for.
There's bloody.
Turned out in the end all he needed was a bit of Viagra. That was it.
So you're saying the sequel would have been Alfred and Randy Bath saving the city?
Yeah.
Old Man Alfred and Randy Batt.
Yeah.
Stretch for a sequel.
Aren't we into the worst scene of the film as well in a minute?
No, the run.
The run of the free. Still not a triple threat though, is it?
Not really.
Oh, I just turned around. Jack's getting naked. What's going on?
mean, that's coming to an end, so it's time for his big finish on your face.
Yeah, the big finale.
Hit your, stick your cold chamber music on there. Dun 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 dun. I bet he wanted to give him more than a handshake.
Remember when he used to shake hands with people? That's an awkward one with him putting his hand on top though.
Nah, I still don't rate duck face.
Didn't give yourself more work out, but you don't need a big hair.
You need to take it first.
Oh, here comes Del Boy and Rodney.
There we go.
That's
And
it.
that is Batman and Robin and Batwoman, Batgirl. That's the one.
And as we all know it now, as younger people watching this, we were all probably sitting there going, well, that's the fucking last Batman film we'll ever see.
Aye.
Yeah, that was the last one, wasn't it? It was the last one for donkey's years.
Yeah.
You just turned that inside out or something.
The franchise.
Right then, Paul Ray.
The breeze gets above.
Well, how many,
Bat nipples.
this one? How many?
Testicles.
Actually,
Hang on a minute.
no. Dialectic. Do one.
Paul, you having a stroke again, mate?
Yeah, that was a proper stroke. I thought that was meant to Are you there, Paul?
I am. For a little more.
Someone call Paul an ambulance, he's having a stroke!
Come on and chill out.
Paul, come on, one more time. Let's go stroke.
I'll let you guys decide this time.
He's getting the raj on Dave.
And fuck you, I don't want to decide!
Well, I heard him as how many chill outs out of 10. I'm only going to give it 3.
Oh, nah, you need more than 3.
It's got pure cheese. It's a clone of Batman Forever. It's, you know what I mean? It's not bold. It's made clearly for toys and profit. There's little consistency in this universe. I mean, it's pretty cool to me personally that Corey Haim popped up in it randomly, which is pretty throwback. But like, it just seems to be like they were trying to go Nightwing, but they didn't go Nightwing. And then I think Batwoman, Batgirl, that's the one. I think she was just like, they had that story going with Bruce and what is he called? Robin. What's Robin's name? Dick. Aye. They had that going. They didn't need Catwoman. Aye. Sorry, just like.
They didn't need a lot of stuff. I think the whole thing was a bit like, I don't know, like for me, I wouldn't go through, I'll go with 4. I say 4 because there's no memorable music. Like I say, you probably could have had a bit of a stronger script if you took out Bane, Batgirl. Didn't really need the whole Alfred's dying story bit. Didn't really contribute anything other than like kind of extra frames. But then, I don't know. At the same time, I also don't know if there was enough content from Ivy and Billy Mr. Free to be done well. I don't think I really enjoyed most of their scenes. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 things that looked good, but then it got weaker and weaker as the film got on. So.
Yeah.
No, for me, it's a 4 out of 10, I think.
4 chill outs.
Well, that's better than your last one. You did say 3 for the last one.
I did, yeah, so...
Just saying.
Well, in fairness with you, 3 was hovering there, but then when Mason said it, it seemed a bit harsh. I was like, 3, it's just like... Because it was trying, and it was a Schumacher film. At the end of the day, I think he would have walked away thinking, that's what I envisioned. It may have not been what we wanted or what we thought was great, but I think he got the film he was going for. So that's why I give it some credit. If it was a big mess and it was just nobody wanted it, then fair enough. But it was Adam West in 1997, basically. So.
Who's next?
What about you, Paul?
Me, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. Yeah. It's not my favourite, it's just more of a comedy than anything else. Like, so dark, but to me, it's just colourful. And I mean, it is good, actually. It's just comic
Sorry, Gotham City by R. Kelly. I mean, it's got problems written all over it.
That hasn't aged well.
So yeah, 4 for me.
Big Dave?
I'm gonna go 5.
Ooh.
Definitely, I think tonally, like I get this, I get why like it's not a great film. That's to be honest, but tonally it feels a lot better than Batman Forever. Batman Forever felt too much like it was still trying to be Byrne, but not at the same time. Like there was still too much living in his shadow.
Yeah.
And I think Freeze in that film, whether you love him or hate him, he's still completely different from the other villains. So at least it feels like they've got a better defined villain than Two-Face, who was just a rip-off Joker.
Yeah.
It does feel like a different film for me. Like, I mean, it feels a continuation, but a different film. Yeah.
But how good was it when we were kids, though?
We keep saying the 4 films, but it's not 4 films. It's a really. There's 4 films, but there's 2 of the earlier one, 2 of the later ones, and yeah. And the only thing I can think of throughout the entire film, because I was obviously I looked at the credits roll, and it did say that there was no animals harmed in this film as Batman Robin.
Well,
and all I can think of is, was it referring to the fucking bulldog taking a piss?
well, yeah, the poor dog.
He didn't really freeze him, just so everyone knows.
You gotta remember, people are thick.
Yeah.
We're talking about America, the place where we had to change the first Harry Potter to Sorcerer's Stone because he didn't know what a philosopher was.
Yeah. I'm thinking about that, yeah.
It's like, right, that's the audience we're playing to here. So yeah, we have to say that wasn't really frozen, you know. Just they didn't really have a giant ice beam on it.
It must have been really cold on that set, you know, with all that ice there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you've got to think of your audience sometimes. They're not the cleverest bunch.
Yeah. Well, it's when you get certain things like that, though. I mean, I complain, like, when I see a film and it's, like, literally spelled out. It's just like, what? We're wasting all the time literally telling us what's going on, even though we can see it, but then I do have to sit there and think, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people out there who have no idea what's going on.
And finally, Jack.
I'm going to give it a 5 as well, because I know for a fact when I watched this when I was a kid, I fucking loved it. But now, as an adult watching it, it's not that good, but as a kid, it was awesome. And Arnie's one-liners are mint. Simple as that. I'm going back from when I was a kid when I watched it. Awkward. Yeah, I totally see where you're coming from, Jack. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, it was good when we were kids.
Well, yeah, no, I will say I totally agree, because obviously the thing is we've got to remember is I feel like a sign of a great film is it speaks on different levels, and I find like a lot of films that were really done well can speak on multiple levels. So this is very much aimed to the children of 1997. So I totally agree. When I watched as a kid, I probably loved it, but there is kind of that sense of trying to make sure that adults can enjoy it as well as kids. You get a lot of like Pixar do that really well these days.
Yeah,
I mean, they're essentially making animated film for children, but they're putting in a concept in which an adult who probably has to go and watch it at the cinema with them can sit there and go, oh no, I can get on board with this, I can understand this better. It reminded me actually of the other night, I'm totally blanking on the name now, it's a Netflix film, Finding O'Hara. It's essentially, it's the Goonies, basically. But to me, it's weird because with an 80s film like the Goonies, that was kind of a kid's action film, but it almost had that sense of maturity, whereas this Finding O'Hara, it was a decent film for what it was, but to me, I was watching it going, you're literally pandering to children in this. There's no like concept for an adult to go, alright, I can enjoy this as well, even though I know it's kind of aimed towards kids. But it was really funny because it's got data from the Goonies in it as well, so if you're looking for a modern-esque of the Goonies, in a way, that's where you want to go.
Yeah. Well, this has been an epic podcast for Batman. I don't know what we've decided to do next, but this has been the 4 Batmans we've done together. Our next trilogy. But
does Indiana Jones not work for us? I don't think anyone mentioned that.
What about the Freddy Kruegers? Nightmare on Elm Street?
Fucking loads.
Well, there you go. At least we're
Like 9 of them ones.
At least we're set up. Then we can go on to Friday the 13th. That's us pretty much done for the year, isn't it?
No, this rate, fucking March.
You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Now we'll have a think of our next trilogy, quadology. For now, I've been Steve Monkey Mason. This is the first ever time we've done a 5-way podcast. I've been joined by Jack, who's sitting well afar from us, who's got naked. Paul Ray, I think still there. Large David, and the last but not least, Carl McSorley. But thanks very much for listening.
And I'm being naked all the way through.
Nice.
Excellent. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now.
See you later.